Alright, listen the fuck up, because most people think the Shadow Clone Jutsu is just some cute-ass trick Naruto spam to look cool. But that's literally the most surface-level, casual-ass way of looking at it, because this shit is insane, broken, and game-changing on so many levels that half the fandom doesn't even comprehend. And if you actually pay attention, this isn't just about numbers or copies. This is about splitting your chakra to make fully tangible, fully conscious, fully independent versions of yourself that can act, think, strategize, fight, and literally make decisions without your input. And when these clones get destroyed, all of the experiences, memories, training, pain, and muscle memory they gain flood back into your brain instantly, which means one person is simultaneously living multiple battles, multiple training sessions, and multiple tactical operations at the same time, compressing years of combat experience into days or even hours, which is why Naruto could master Rasengan variations, multi-nature chakra, and Sage Mode in the time frame that would make any sane ninja shit their pants if they tried. And that's just scratching the surface, because the Shadow Clone Jutsu isn't just about creating distractions or overwhelming enemies, it's a full-on combat amplifier, training multiplier, intelligence gathering tool, and psychological weapon all rolled into one. And it gets even crazier when you realize that each clone has its own consciousness and can operate independently, which means in a fight, an opponent isn't just dealing with one Naruto, they're dealing with a multi-layered army of Narutos that can flank, distract, attack, defend, and gather intel all at the same time, forcing the enemy to gamble on every single move, and even if they manage to hit one clone, the attack is wasted, because the real Naruto hasn't even moved yet. And that unpredictability alone is enough to fuck up an opponent's mind before the battle even properly starts, and this is compounded by the fact that the jutsu feeds back experience and pain. So if a clone gets smacked hard, the real body feels it, which adds a risk factor and mental strain, making it a high-risk, high-reward ability, which is exactly why it's forbidden, because if someone without Naruto-level chakra tried to pull this off, they'd either collapse, fry their brain, or straight up die, but Naruto's massive chakra reserves turn that risk into a goddamn tactical advantage, because he can create dozens of clones, let them fight independently, and then absorb all their learning and injuries to become stronger, faster, and smarter, and that's why he was able to learn things that should have taken decades literally months, like learning the Rasen Shuriken, improving his taijutsu, perfecting his chakra control, and even mastering Sage Mode, all while simultaneously fighting multiple enemies, gathering intel, or protecting civilians, because clones aren't just cannon fodder, they're fully functional extensions of the user, capable of making split-second decisions and optimizing combat situations in ways a single human brain never could. And it's not just the mechanics that make this jutsu terrifying. It's the flexibility, because you can use it for literally anything. Offense, defense, reconnaissance, deceptions, training, crowd collage, which one is bait, and which ones are preparing surprise attacks, and that uncertainty alone forces hesitation, mistakes, and panic, which is why a skilled user can dominate battles without even needing raw power. Just tactical brilliance, and when you combine that with Naruto's insane stamina, resilience, and intellect, the Shadow Clone Jutsu becomes essentially broken, because it scales infinitely with the user's skill level, intelligence, and chakra, unlike most jutsus that plateau once mastered, meaning the better the ninja, the more devastating it becomes, and that's also why it's so misunderstood, because most casual explanations stop at Naruto made clones and beat people, but that ignores the real genius of the technique, the exponential stacking of experience, the ability to compress training, the simultaneous expansion of tactical awareness, the battlefield domination, and the mental manipulation, all of which make this one of the most versatile, efficient, and terrifying jutsus in the entire Naruto universe. And let's not forget the combat synergy, because clones can combine attacks, set traps, block opponents, distract, counter, or even act as decoys for high-risk jutsu like Rasen Shuriken or multi-nature transformations, meaning one ninja can operate like an entire squad, which makes the original body almost untouchable. And when you add in the psychological impact on the enemy, the confusion, the fear, the stress, and the constant need to second-guess every move, it's no wonder the Shadow Clone Jutsu is banned and feared, because in the right hands it doesn't just multiply numbers, it multiplies combat efficiency, tactical intelligence, learning speed, and psychological advantage, and anyone sleeping on this jutsu is massively underestimating how busted the strategy is. You actually sit back and think about it. This jutsu doesn't just make Naruto strong, it basically redefines what one ninja can do, turning a single body into an army, a battlefield analyst, a training regiment, and a mental weapon, all in one, which is exactly why the Shadow Clone Jutsu is so damn broken, brilliant, and terrifying. If you liked this video, hit a chidori on that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.